So I was going to record yesterday, but got home to find out that my AC was not running all day because of the circuit breaker trip. And since I do these recordings in my room, which is in an attic, you can imagine how hot it was. So I was leaving the AC run, which I normally turn off to make the recording. So, on to today's topic. Today I'm going to touch, somewhat lightly, on the topic of alternative medicine and the reason that I rather don't like it. Now, the thing that pretty much put me on kind of somewhat of a warpath on it was that my mom died of cancer. The reason she died of cancer, a contributing reason, a major reason why, and what pretty much killed any hope of her recovering from cancer, was that she went to the hospital for medical problems, and they initially misdiagnosed her issues with breathing as asthma, and a few months later correctly diagnosed it as cancer. She had lung cancer. She had a cancer near her brainstem, and she also, as I recall, I think she had breast cancer as well. But I was 16 at the time and wasn't really paying much attention. Now, she turned down all of the treatments for cancer that the doctor, because the doctors, being doctors, they came up with a treatment plan that they, based on their training and experience, believed was going to have the greatest chance of curing her. And she turned all that down. The reason she turned that down was, and in a later video when I find this woman's name again, I'll mention it in here. But she very much found a woman who either was a doctor or pretended to be a doctor, or was a doctor who was not, had a doctorate, really wasn't doing doctoring. But in either case, she went online, and when you go online, everything is cancer, obviously, but also all the treatments for cancer are bad. So she turned down all the treatments for cancer and decided instead to opt for these holistic natural approaches. So she threw out the microwave. She pretty much went to living off of like vegetable juice for the last just about a year of her life, and the last 6 months she deteriorated rapidly and then eventually died one night. But I greatly attribute her dying in such a way to her listening to these alternative medicine people who preach that the treatments for cancer are bad and are going to make you worse on, as far as recovering from cancer goes, and that the way to treat cancer is with their various methods that then they give you a little conspiratorial reasons why the mainstream medicine doesn't use it, because nothing gets people to believe you in such a way, quite as much as putting it as a conspiracy. So the conspiracy they give you, in a nutshell, goes like this: the cures for cancer that they have aren't really cures, aren't really treatments. They're just there to take your money. But our cure for cancer is a real cure. It's a holistic cure. It's all natural. And if it's all natural, it's good for you. And the reason that they don't use our method is that you can't make money off of our method. Because it's, mostly eating healthy, or using these natural supplements that we can't, that we don't charge very much for. And so that's why the main, hospitals and drug companies aren't interested in using these methods. No. Straightforward, no. These methods, now, and granted, I have nothing against eating healthier. In my mom's last days, she was eating just about as healthy as a human being is able to eat on this planet. I think the only thing that might have been healthier would have been if she had found actual manna from heaven. However, the problem arises when people put themselves either in a position of authority or pretend to be in a position of authority, and then these people tell other people who don't really know any better their BS. And these people who don't know any better, people like my mom, believe their BS because these people are coming from a position of authority. And they're already prone to believing in the conspiracies that these people present to them. And when you add on, and the topic of this particular one's not so much going to be on religion, but when you add on a little bit of a dash of religious, it's in God's hands, then it makes it even easier to use the non-actual medicine. And as one person I heard put it very nicely, the reason that this is called alternative medicine is that it doesn't work. If it worked, it would be called medicine.